Hey everyone, I'm Mike Mamola, proud board member of AIR, Attitudes in Reverse, here with some incredible people doing some great work, spreading the word, getting support, helping save lives. There's no reason that we should have the number of suicides, the number of trauma and suffering that we do in this country. And AIR is making a big difference, going out to local schools, providing counseling to organizations and parents and others. It's really an incredible organization. I urge you to take the time to look at AIR. AIR.ngo is where you can find more information. Service dogs, incredible people, counselors, helping each other, making life better for all of us. Thanks for being a part of it.
Their program is phenomenal. I love going into the schools and doing the therapy dogs. It's really what is truly helping these students. It's so needed.
Every year I do the program, I find more and more amazing things happening that we weren't expecting. And this was something that occurred this past year. We worked with a young boy who was in the school transition program. And they were trying to find a job for him so that he could figure out what he wanted to do for the rest of his life. And he didn't want to do anything, but he loves dogs. And so he used to come to our training classes. He would come at 7 o'clock every Tuesday morning before school started, way before school started, but he would come. And it was amazing to watch him. In the beginning, he had very little impulse control. He would run up to dogs and scream, "I love dogs," and throw his arms around them. And as we went through the year, he just grew. And he learned impulse control. He learned how to work in a work environment. To me, that was a gift. And his name is Jack, and Jack is right now in college, and no one expected Jack to be in college.
The work that AIR does is, it's beyond words. It's amazing, it's necessary.
The next word is for a very special person. Dr. Rosetta Treese is the superintendent at the Hopewell Valley Regional School District, and we're forever grateful to her for her continuing support of the AIR Dog school-based therapy dog program. Rosetta is more than a superintendent, she's also a warrior mom. She lost her dear son, Ronald Treese, to a biological brain illness. She's a big supporter of AIR, and we're just so grateful for her. So let's give her a round of applause. Dr. Rosetta Treese.
We have been using AIR dogs in our district for years for AP testing, when there were stressful times for kids. And then we lost a freshman to suicide. It was about a year after I lost my son to suicide, about 2 years after another teacher had lost her child. We had a lot of loss in the district. And we had the dogs come in to really work, triage, as they were intended. And it changed the district. We knew that we needed to be a part of this work. So I thank you for that, and we now up to 20 teams, but Tricia also comes in and teaches mental health awareness to our faculty, to our students, and we also have extended this work to our parents. So we're very grateful. I look forward to the partnership, and my son, Airman First Class, Ronald Jenkins Treese, is smiling down. Thank you.
You ask quite often, what can I do to help? Well, something that's very basic that you can do to help is to reach into your pocket and pull out some money and donate. Now, not everyone can, and those who can't, I appreciate that you're here and you're volunteering, but those who can, we do need money to support this great organization.
So the worst thing that can happen to a parent is to lose a child. But then there's something even more tragic. It's to lose a child to substance abuse or overdose or suicide. And then the family becomes a target of judgment and criticism. After Kenny died, our local paper contacted all of our neighbors because they wanted to know what was the dirty little secret. Obviously, we had to be a horrible family for our son to want to kill himself. There was no secret. He had a brain illness. So when I heard Erin's story, Erin Popolo, it really touched my heart because we had similar situations happen. Her daughter also died from a brain illness, but she could have taken the easy way out. She could have said her child died in a car accident. But I applaud and I admire Erin so much for her bravery because she wanted to find out the truth. And she did. And now she wants to take that truth in order to help others.
Begins really when my daughter was born. She was a firecracker, to say the least. She was my second born. She was a different kid. She was kind of made fun of a lot and bullied in schools. When Emily was 17, we were in the middle of a pandemic shutdown. Kids started to reach out to her via social media. They just were bullying her for being different online, so she just was never away from it. Eventually it became too much, and in January of 2021, she died by suicide. She actually drove her car into a canal. I had written a letter after my daughter's graduation where they completely forgot her and never mentioned her at the graduation. Somebody sent that to Trisha because our stories were similar. She reached out and just said that, hey, I'm a mom who's going through the same thing that you're going through. I began volunteering and helping Trish at some of the school events. One of my dogs is a trained therapy dog, and he also comes to some of our events. Trish has given me the platform to share my story, and each time I share Emily's story, it's that tiny bit of healing.
I am so grateful to Trisha and Kurt Baker and Attitudes in Reverse for not only choosing me to be a partner in Hope Honoree, but for helping me find my passion, my purpose, and my identity again. I miss my Emmy every single day. But I am grateful for all that she has taught me and for giving me the strength to share her story so that the other stories might end differently than mine. Thank you to everyone who's here tonight.
This is my Emmy bear. She was cremated. I have some of her ashes and some of her hair in this bear. And this bear kind of goes with me wherever I go.
I don't know how I could help, but if I could be a part of it, if I could make any difference, then yeah, I'm in. Count me in.
I am an air dog handler, and I'm so pleased to be at a Taste of Hope. It's a wonderful event where we can celebrate the great work of the bakers and all of the work that AIR does for children in our community. So thank you, Trish and Kurt, for all of your wonderful work.
I think everyone should get behind this organization to help them spread the word.
This gentleman who's coming up is one of those juggernauts, one of those kind of once-in-a-lifetime, once-in-a-generation people that you meet who makes you better just by knowing him. He started in Brazil at one of the most prestigious engineering schools and was thriving there and decided that that's not ultimately what he wanted. What he wanted to be was one of the most legendary jiu-jitsu practitioners and fighters on the planet. And so he left Brazil and took all of the courage and internal fortitude that it would take for someone to do that, and came to the United States with not much more than the clothes and the bags he had. And he did exactly that. Ricardo Almeida carved a path that led the way for so many others. A better way of physical, mental health, and support.
His mom called me one day and we found out that he had taken his own life. Even the day of, even a few hours before, you could never tell. Like his mom said, Ricardo, I couldn't believe, I couldn't tell that this was about to happen. There was no signs that he was going to do this. It just made me so sad. And it was right around the time, actually, that I heard about AIR for the first time, and I was like, I don't know if I have the power to carry some of this on my shoulders or how I could help, but let me see how I can.
And it's my genuine pleasure to introduce our next 2022 Champion of Hope honoree, standing at exactly 6 feet tall, weighing in at 195 pounds, Ricardo Almeida.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great night. When people go through something like that, when they go through such a deep loss, there's not only a huge sense of feeling lost, but a sense of guilt. The ability to raise awareness and to get more people on board and to get more people to know about suicide and suicide prevention. I think it's something that's huge. To be honored at Taste of Hope is to be a part of something great. To me, it's a huge honor to be a part of it.
Larry Balin, raise your hand. He's our honoree today. He's one of the best speakers I've ever worked with. He's also a best-selling author. You can see his book on Amazon, Mommy, Where Do Cousins Come From? That is an amazing book. He has a great story. He is a COVID survivor. His business, Single Throw Marketing, has survived COVID. He has 30 employees. He's a brilliant marketer. His clients are amazing. He has the best of the best. He's done amazing work. I'd like to introduce someone Rick Bird, who knows Larry really well. Larry is an executive board member of SADD, which deals with suicide prevention in teenagers.
I've had the pleasure of knowing Larry for, at this point, over 15 years. And when I saw that he was receiving the Champion Award, I did what any millennial would do. I turned to Google to define what champion would mean. And when you look at the definition of champion, you see there are two main definitions. The first is that individual which surpasses others. The second definition of champion is one who advocates or defends others. We've been reminded tonight of how important the work of AIR is. I do have the pleasure of leading SAD, Students Against Destructive Decisions. We've been reminded how somber this work can be. I have good news for you. Every day we have over 400,000 SAD students in 8,000 chapters in all 50 states that are working to empower young people, engage parents, mobilize communities, so that these tragedies that you've heard can be prevented and lives can be saved. And so we're proud to have Larry in our corner because he has truly defended others, defended this cause. When you talk with SAD students, we're reminded of how connected Larry has been to their personal journeys, mine included. When I was hired as the CEO, Larry encouraged me to not be ordinary, but to be extraordinary. And I'm honored to follow in his footsteps of trying to live up to that high mark every day. So Larry, from all of us at SAD, thank you for what you've done to make an impact. Thank you for what you continue to do. I am better, and the world is better because of you.
AIR's impact and potential, to me, they're changing the future in the mental health space.
So I'm being honored for something that I wish didn't exist. Really the best thing I can do for this organization as a marketer is just help create awareness to the things that they do. And ask you to do the same. I think I know a lot more about AIR today than I did yesterday, and I'll know more tomorrow. You know a lot more today than you did yesterday, and hopefully you'll know more tomorrow. And we all are all influencers. We can connect, we can persuade, we can spread the word about what's going on here, what the need is, and how we can all, Ricardo said it the best, I don't know what I can do, then to try to get other people to do all that they can do. Thank you so much, and let's keep spreading that word.
Being an honoree of Taste of Hope, of course I'm beyond humbled to be an honoree, but I learned a long time ago to never underestimate the difference one person can make in the lives of others. That being said, Taste of Hope is really not about me. It's about an opportunity to touch people, to spread the word about life-saving work that AIR is doing. I want to do my part to make sure that word is spread far and wide. That's what Taste of Hope really means to me, is an opportunity to spread that word.
It was a great event tonight, thanks to each and every one of you. We're grateful for all of the love and support.
No matter what we do, it's all on you. You guys help us do what we do, and without you, we couldn't do this wonderful work. Thank you to everybody from the bottom of our hearts. You're awesome. Thank you.